Welcome to the weekend edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Friday, June 19th, 2015, and let's get to it. Last weekend, the bodybuilding world converged on Madrid, Spain, for another jam-packed edition of the Amateur Olympia that featured over 300 competitors from 38 different countries. And when the dust finally settled after a few days of furious competition, a new champion was crowned in Germany's David Hoffman. Hoffman took both the super heavyweight and overall crowns by hitting the stage with what might have been the best conditioning in the entire show, coupled with good math and classical proportion. The win comes as a bit of sweet revenge after Hoffman finished third in the contest last year and adds another great physique to the list of former Amateur Olympia champions. Coming off what was clearly the best performance of his career to date at the Omaha Pro, Hollywood Glenn looks like he's keeping the pedal to the metal. Earlier this week, Glenn released a few progress photos 4 weeks out from his next appearance at the Chicago Pro. In the photos, we see a bigger, fuller-looking version of Hollywood than we saw a few weeks ago, still sporting close to stage-ready conditioning. After struggling for a few years, Glenn appears to have found the winning formula, and if he mixes up his potions just right, he could find himself taking home his first pro victory less than 4 weeks from today. We are officially T-minus 6 weeks away from one of the biggest amateur events of the year, the USA Championships. And as we try to channel our inner Nostradamus powers and predict who might emerge victorious from the fray, the name Armando Aman is certainly one that comes to mind. Ever since his big win at Junior Nationals back in 2012, Aman has been battling it out at the top of the welterweight division and was among the most conditioned athlete in the show at last year's NPC Nationals. But since linking up with Don Long for this year's prep, Aman's physique has really come into its own and appears to be on track to stand at the top of the welterweight class once again. If Aman brings in everything he's capable of, it may not be a matter of who else shows up, but it'll be game, set, and match. Armando Aman isn't the only one headed to the USA with bad intentions on their mind. It looks like perennial heavyweight contender Benny Brantley is going to be bringing in a dangerous package of his own this time around. Brantley has been floating around the top of the amateur division for a few years, but just hasn't quite been able to bring in the level of conditioning necessary to push him over the top. But judging by a few recent photos, Brantley appears to be buckling down and on track to finally hit the stage at 100%. Brantley has the type of round, explosive muscle that can be absolutely devastating. But if he's going to make the leap to the next level, he'll have to dig deep and bring in the type of look the judges have been waiting for. If you happen to fall into the camp that believe professional wrestlers are all show and no go, WWE champion John Cena released a new video this week that might make you change your tune. When he's not busting heads and dropping elbows in the ring, apparently Cena is flat busy out destroying the weights in the gym. Earlier this week, Cena released footage from a recent squat session where we see the champ making short work of a 595-pound squat and setting a new PR in the process. To borrow a quote from the champ himself, live fast, fight hard, and no regrets. And finally, you won't want to miss these amazing photos from photographer Chris Zimmerman. He took these of Fred Smalls days out from the IFBB Dallas Europa Super Show. The clothing are from Violate the Dress Code, and they're just amazing. Check them out. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.